Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wahda wa salatu wa salamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da wa ba'd. Dear esteemed guests, distinguished participants, valuable students, attendees, brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It is both my honor and pleasure to warmly welcome you all to this significant conference under the title of Education in Contemporary or Modern Times, taking place here in Novi, Pazar, at our Faculty of Islamic Studies in these beautiful premises. At the very outset, let me express my heartfelt thanks to our dear guests who came from far Indonesia. It's a remote place. I hope that your journey was nice and pleasant, and that you recovered from jet lag. I vividly remember once I participated in a certain conference that was held in Jakarta, and that was my first long haul journey, so to speak. And I remember it took me a couple of days to actually recover from jet lag. But regardless, I carry a wonderful experience from visiting this beautiful and huge country. Let me also to extend my gratitude to Islamic community led by Grand Mufti, President of Mashiach, Grand Mufti Dr. Mevlud Efendi Dudić, Dean of our faculty, Dr. Alen Omerović, as organizers who actually made a huge effort together with you brothers from Indonesia in making this event possible. This conference under the title of Education in Contemporary Times represents a wonderful opportunity for all of us, for both our institutions, to reflect upon education in contemporary times, on the role that education plays in shaping individuals, societies in this fast-moving and rapidly changing world. Thus, imposing before us, beside opportunities, a lot of challenges that must be dealt with urgently without delay. If we understand the knowledge and as the purpose and the role, ultimate purpose of knowledge as guiding people to the right path, guiding people to do good deeds, righteous deeds, then we have a question that pops up in front of us, which lies in the fact whether our traditional knowledge, traditional approach to knowledge satisfy needs and requirements of modern times. Let me take as an example Wakufnama, what we call Wakufnama or endowment deed, for example of Ghazi Isabek or Ghazi Husrebek. It stipulates that students should learn Qira'ah or memorization of Quran. They should learn how to read Quran, to memorize it, to study Aqidah or Ilm al-Kalam, to study Tafsir, to study Hadith, to study Fiqh, Usul Fiqh, and all those kind of things. But the further part of this endowment deed stipulates that everything that has been mentioned should be learned in harmony with place and custom, what custom and place require. So our institutions are obliged and tasked to accommodate understanding of our beautiful religion and our high values into the contemporary times, into the context. We know that Quran is a text, but this text has been revealed to human being, and this is the last time when Allah addressed human civilization and through Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and there will be no other speech coming from Allah. So we have to take this text and interpret it or transfer it into the context, and this takes a lot of knowledge and experience. And I'm really happy for having both representatives of both our institutions to exchange experience, to exchange knowledge, and to lead both institutions to further endeavors, hopefully a constructive result and to re-examine actually whether traditional approach to knowledge is adequate and relevant for contemporary times. Many believe that traditional methodology to knowledge is outdated. Traditional knowledge means or transmitting knowledge from one person to another or accumulating huge or great deal of knowledge will not solve challenges or overcome challenges that modern times bring before us. So revival will not take place by going back in time, rather it will take place by holding on the tradition and tracing the route into the future. So if we present Islamic theology with weak or no scientific justification or in formalist way, then we will disconnect ourselves and our institution from global intellectual culture. And I'm really happy to have you here with us. I would like you to feel comfortable and make yourself at home. Now let's proceed further with our first speaker, Professor Dr. Ahmed Hamid Nuh, who will talk about the subject التربية والتعليم في المعهد العصري بإندونيسيا, or about education and upbringing in Indonesian institution in contemporary times. So, Professor Ahmed, the floor is yours. You can speak from here or would like to go to the pulpit, whatever are you pleased with? Here, okay.
Di sini aja. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm bil logatil Indonesia. Translate to English. Syukran kasir. Yang kami hormati Bapak Dekan Fakultas Tarbiyah dan para pemateri yang ada di sini dan seluruh mahasiswa yang ada yang kami hormati. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala umuruddin wa dunya. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Syukur alhamdulillah pada pagi hari ini kami akan menyampaikan tentang materi yang berkaitan dengan, saya ulangi, kami akan menyampaikan materi yang berkaitan dengan sistem pendidikan dan pengajaran pada era modern pondok pesantren di Indonesia.
Honorable the Dean, Dr. Anwar, and all the professors and students, he would like to deliver a presentation regarding education and teaching systems in the modern era of Islamic boarding schools, which we call pondok pesantren or ma'had in Indonesia.
Latar belakang yaitu Al-Quran, hadis, serta undang-undang pendidikan, sistem pendidikan nasional di pondok pesantren. Yang berikutnya bahwa pondok pesantren yang ada di Indonesia itu sekitar 36.000 pondok pesantren. Jumlah santri 3.500.000 dan jumlah guru pondok pesantren 32.000.
The background of the foundation, first is the Al-Quran Hadith, education law, education system in boarding school. So there are 36,000 Islamic boarding schools in Indonesia, 3.5 million students, and also 3,200 teachers in Indonesia in pondok pesantren.
Peranan Al-Quran dalam pendidikan modern itu mempunyai 3 indikator. Pendidikan berbasis Al-Quran, integrasi pembelajaran Al-Quran, penggunaan teknologi dalam pembelajaran Al-Quran. Yang pertama, Al-Quran menjadi sumber utama dalam sistem pendidikan nasional maupun pendidikan di pondok pesantren. Dalam rangka membentuk karakter akhlak santri melalui nilai-nilai yang terkandung di dalam Al-Quran itu sendiri. Yang kedua, pembelajaran Al-Quran. Pembelajaran Al-Quran dalam kurikulum modern membantu santri memahami ilmu pengetahuan sekaligus mendalami ajaran Islam secara mendalam dan komprehensif. Yang ketiga, penggunaan teknologi dalam pembelajaran dalam rangka kemajuan pondok pesantren.
So the role of the Quran in modern education, first, Quran-based education, that the Quran serves as the primary foundation of the education system in Islamic education, Islamic boarding schools, that shape students' character and morals through its values. Second, integration of Quranic learning, where integration of Quranic studies with modern curricula enables students to acquire scientific knowledge while deepening their understanding of Islam comprehensively. Thirdly, technology utilization in learning, that is, advancement in technology. Islamic boarding schools have begun using applications and digital media to teach the Quran, making it more interactive and engaging for students.
Dasar yang kedua yaitu Al-Quran, yaitu hadits sebagai sumber ajaran Islam. Mempunyai 3 indikator. 1, pentingnya hadis dalam pendidikan. Konteks hadis di era modern. Dan yang ketiga adalah metodologi pengajaran hadis. Yang pertama, hadis memberikan penjelasan dan konteks terhadap ajaran Al-Quran dalam rangka memberikan moral etika santri di pondok pesantren. Yang kedua, hadis di era modern. Memahami konteks hadis dalam kehidupan modern sehari-hari, dalam kehidupan santri di dalam menjalankan dinamika sosial. Yang ketiga, metodologi pengajaran hadis. Metodologi pengajaran hadis di pondok pesantren perlu diperbaharui dengan pendekatan yang lebih menarik dan interaktif agar santri lebih mudah memahami dan mengamalkan ajaran Islam. Next.
So hadith as a source of teachings. First, the importance of hadith in education. So they will teach about hadith, what is the important and explanation about the teaching of hadith and Al-Quran, and also serving as an essential source of moral and ethical education for students in Islamic boarding schools. Second, the context of hadith in the modern era, how hadith applicable also in modern society, how to implement, to apply Islamic teaching in a relevant manner to address contemporary challenges and social dynamic. And the third, methodology of hadith teaching is that hadith in Islamic boarding school needs to be updated with more engaging and interactive approaches to make it easier for students to understand and practice its teachings.
Yang ketiga, Undang-Undang Republik Indonesia Nomor 20 Tahun 2003 tentang Sistem Pendidikan Nasional, undang-undang yang berdasarkan pada Pancasila dan Undang-Undang Dasar 1945. Itu juga mempunyai 3 dimensi. Yang pertama, definisi pendidikan, bahwa pendidikan itu adalah sebagai usaha sadar yang terencana untuk mewujudkan suasana belajar. Yang kedua, jalur dan jenis pendidikan, yaitu jalur pendidikan formal dan non formal. Dalam pesantren itu ada dikenal menjadi 3 juga, yaitu sistem pendidikan pondok pesantren klasik dan pondok pesantren seni modern dan pondok pesantren modern. Kemudian yang ketiga, pendidikan keagamaan. Pendidikan keagamaan di Indonesia itu diatur di dalam Undang-Undang Nomor 30 bahwa pendidikan keagamaan adalah pendidikan yang mempersiapkan peserta didik untuk menjadi anggota masyarakat. Itu dijelaskan di dalam Undang-Undang Pendidikan pasal 30 yang mengatur tentang sistem pendidikan di pondok pesantren. Next.
So Indonesian law number 20 of 2003 on the national education system, all the traditional Salafi, semi-modern and modern is written in the constitution. Also religious education, we also have the law is facilitate us to freely to implement this education system of pondok pesantren. Okay, next.
Yang berikutnya adalah jenis pendidikan pondok pesantren tradisional atau salafi atau klasik dan pondok pesantren semi modern dan pondok pesantren modern. Pondok pesantren klasik atau disebut salafi itu mempunyai ciri-ciri. Satu, mengajarkan tentang kitab kuning istilahnya. Kitab kuning itu adalah mempelajari tentang ilmu-ilmu klasik yang bernuansa Islam itu. Berikutnya, tentang pengajarannya, pondok pesantren Salafi menghadapi tantangan modernisasi dan kebutuhan untuk memperbarui kurikulum agar relevan dengan tuntunan zaman. Metode pengajaran di pondok pesantren Salafi yaitu dengan istilah 3. Halaki, yaitu serentak duduk melingkar dan mendengarkan kiai memberikan pelajaran. Yang berikutnya sorogan, yaitu santri membaca kitab secara individu. Berikutnya bandongan, mengajarkan kitab oleh kiai kepada kelompok besar yang dibimbing oleh sang kiai itu sendiri. Next.
Okay, the traditional Islamic boarding schools, there is a Salafi. So their teaching methods is a halaqah. Halaqah makes a circle and then study together. Make a circle and listen to the teaching delivered by the kiai or religious teacher. And the second is sorogan. Sorogan, students individually read classical Islamic texts or kitab in front of the kiai to receive direct correction and guidance. And the third, bandongan. Bandongan is the kiai or the teacher teaches classical text to a large group of students, explaining and interpreting the content collectively.
Iya, ini saya singkat aja.
Iya.
Disimpulkan aja.
Iya.
Kesimpulannya bahwa pondok pesantren di Indonesia itu menanamkan nilai-nilai tradisional dan memberikan keleluasaan dalam pemahaman Al-Quran dan hadis. Kemudian menghargai perbedaan dan toleransi di antara umat beragama, karena Indonesia itu mempunyai 13.000 suku dan bahasa, maka itu pondok pesantren memelihara tentang keberaneka-ragaman yang ada di pondok pesantren itu, sehingga bisa mewujudkan kesatuan Indonesia.
Okay, as Indonesia is a large country with various Muslim community with different practices like Salafi, and then there is a modern, there is a semi-modern. So pondok pesantren is integrated those type of practice. So because of our Pancasila, diversity, unity in diversity. So it brings that even though we are different, but we still are Muslim. So that will be the essence of the pondok pesantren in Indonesia. So I think this is actually very interesting topic. So because we have a limited time, so maybe we will share the slides to you. So I think that's all from us. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed Hamid Nuh, and thank you for translating. Professor Ahmed has introduced us to educational system in Indonesia and gave us very important instructions and knowledge about how it functions. And what I found amazing is that actually, of course, as they mentioned, it's a large country of various Muslim communities, different trends and streams within perception of Islam and everything, all of them belonging to Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. But the fact that they have 36 million dorming school and then 3.5 million students, it's a way bigger number, bigger figure than actually total population of let's say 2 countries here in neighboring area and those kind of things. Of course, you actually placed a focus also on modern curricula and how Hadith and Quran and as a primary sources of Islam can be implemented and applied in modern society using modern curriculum in order to serve the purpose. Thank you so much. Now I will actually move to another lecture. Our Professor Nizar Omran, he's going to talk us about role of education in contemporary society in terms of peaceful coexistence and tolerance. Professor, please proceed further.
Assalamu alaikum. I'll try shortly to talk about the role of education and socialization and building a tolerant, coexistent generation. Maybe try to be limited to 10 minutes. A key goal of both religious teachings and human civilization is to shape individuals who contribute positively to society. While different ideologies may vary on the purpose of human existence, they agree on the importance of fostering peaceful individuals who live harmoniously within their communities. Islam, as the final religion, aims to perfect moral values and guide humanity toward balanced, righteous life. However, many Islamic societies have faced challenges, particularly violence and the exclusion of others, which threaten social stability and development. A society plagued by fear and ignorance becomes vulnerable to disintegration and external manipulation. Therefore, it's crucial for leaders, scholars, and educational institutions to prioritize the development of healthy, morally, and culturally resilient generation. This requires a focused approach to education and socialization, engaging all sectors of society in promoting tolerance and coexistence. Socialization begins at birth, as individuals start absorbing information from their surroundings. This process shapes their personality, behavior, and interactions. Early on, children learn names and cultural norms through their families, followed by community, school, and beyond. The family is the first influence, and later schools help shape social values, norms, and intellectual framework. Socialization is essential for developing an individual's ability to engage with society and contribute meaningfully. In early education, the focus is on physical, mental, and social development, preparing children for formal schooling. Primary education teaches cultural norms and societal integration, while secondary education introduces specialized subjects and lays the foundation for lifelong learning. Higher education offers more in-depth academic and professional training. These stages shape an individual's identity, skills, and future contribution to society. A well-structured educational system creates positive, productive generation, while poor socialization leads to societal instability. Religions guide humanity by establishing moral systems that govern relationships and human behavior. Islam, as the final revealed religion, emphasizes mercy, tolerance, and solidarity, seeking to perfect human behavior in line with innate human qualities. The Holy Quran says, "O people, we have created you from a male and female and made you into nations and tribes so that you may recognize one another. Indeed, the most noble of you before Allah is the most righteous among you." Surah Al-Hujurat, verses 13. The teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also emphasize tolerance and high ethical standards. He said, "There is no superiority for an Arab over non-Arab, nor non-Arab over an Arab, nor a red-skinned person over black-skinned person, nor black-skinned person over a red-skinned person, except by piety." Islam promotes human dignity, unity, and the preservation of key necessities: religion, life, intellect, honor, and wealth. By protecting these, societies remain secure and peaceful. At the individual level, education promotes personal development. This includes learning new skills, developing talents, enhancing creativity, increasing self-awareness, and improving problem-solving and decision-making abilities. Education also positively affects health and well-being, as educated individuals are usually more aware of health issues and adjust their behavior accordingly. They tend to have better social support networks and often higher incomes, enabling them to access good health care services. On a broader scale, successful education systems stimulate economic growth, reduce poverty, and help workers acquire the skills necessary for high-quality production. Contributing to national prosperity, education is a long-term investment in the well-being of society, yielding high returns, particularly in primary education. It fosters economic prosperity, technological and scientific progress, reduces unemployment, and strengthens social justice. Furthermore, education increases awareness and facilitates the resolution of global challenges such as pollution, sustainable development, economic inequality, and ethnic conflicts. It also aids in the adoption of new technologies and integrates them into daily life, creating new job opportunities linked to scientific advancement. Kratko? So just some recommendations. We have to have a collaboration. Civil society, educational institution, and media must work together to promote effective educational and social policies that foster a productive, tolerant, and peaceful generation, moving away from violence and ignorance. Educational programs should focus on holistic socialization that develops individuals mentally, intellectually, and socially. Also the family, we have to concentrate on family development. Since children begin recognizing their surroundings early, supporting family is providing proper child rearing and education is crucial for them. Social and cultural institutions should assist parents in fostering positive upbringing practices. Media responsibilities. There is a big responsibility for media. Should be guided socialization expertise to ensure age-appropriate and beneficial content. Additionally, both educational and media institutions should offer programs to raise social awareness across community segments. Character development also. Also, education should prioritize developing child character through engaging and meaningful learning experiences, teaching appropriate behavior for life and social integration. Teacher development. Teachers should undergo continuous professional development to update their knowledge, skills, ensuring they effectively guide students toward well-rounded thinking. Through these strategies, in fact, education plays a crucial or critical role in building a tolerant society by fostering inclusion, respect, and intellectual growth. Societies can create a harmonious future for all. Thank you very much. I try to shorten as much as I can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Nizar. Thank you for your reminder, for your words, through which Professor Nizar reminded us of the role of family in the first place, then educational system in terms of bringing up the offspring in a way who will be peace-loving, tolerant, and who will make contribution to society within which they live and work and operate. And the only successful education is the one that actually managed to yield these results. And one thing that Professor stressed is actually that dignity or karamat of every human being should be respected as a supreme value of Islam, along with taqwa, which is the virtue that differentiates between actually the quality of people. Thank you for this reminder, Professor Nizar. Now I will turn to Professor Erina Atallah, and she's going to talk about the subject إعداد المعلم العصري, or preparation of a contemporary teacher. If I translate it from Arabic into English correctly, something along those lines.
Okay, thank you so
Please.
much. Okay, thank you so much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Dr. Anwar Omerović, is it correct? And thank you for all the audience who's still here. I'm so, thank you. And in this time, I would like to give some sharing about preparing the future teacher. As we know that now we live in an AI era. I think all of you also use this technology. Yeah. So in every era, there comes a moment when technology fundamentally reshape how we live, how we learn, how we work. And today, we stand at such a crossroads where artificial intelligence is no longer is just a concept from scientific fiction, but also a tool transforming education as we know it. So I think it may be, or it's just my worriness on how our students will use ChatGPT all the time without any filtering. Yeah, so this is one of the concern of today's. So in this presentation, I invite you to explore how AI is not a replacement for educators, but AI is helping or fostering an ally in fostering creativity, critical thinking, and personalized learning together. So let's imagine how the future will be with the advancement of the technology. So the technology or the dawn of the AI era has cast a long shadow over the global education landscape. So artificial intelligence, yeah, it's not only about ChatGPT, Gemini, but there's so many other things about the AI-powered tools that we can use. Yeah, but at the same time, these tools also promise a personalized learning experiences and also intelligent tutoring systems and also automated administrative tasks. Yeah, they also raise concern about the academic integrity, ethical implications, and the potential for job displacement in education sectors. And somehow it helps us, but our students also smart using ChatGPT, and also does the lecturer also has to know advance about this technology. To navigate this complex and rapidly changing landscape, it is imperative to foster a global dialogue among policymakers and then educators and industry leaders. So, why is AI matters for Indonesian education system? So in Indonesia, we have, like we mentioned, the Pondok Pesantren just now. There's so many students and also the teacher. Teacher shortages and inequality. We have a large, so many islands in Indonesia. That's why the distribution is unequal for the qualified teacher. And this creates learning disparities between urban and rural areas. So AI helps to deliver high quality content and ensuring equality access to learning materials, help teacher to decrease the workload, because teachers somehow they so many burden in administrative things. Yeah, but the most important thing is they have to teach the students. So by using AI also it helps them to decrease the workloads. The second one is rote learning and standardized tests. Traditional methods often emphasize rote memorization and standardized tests, limiting creativity and critical thinking. And somehow it's only for memorizing the formula, memorizing the textbook in order to pass the exams, yes, rather than understanding the concept deeply. Yeah, and think critically. So AI-powered tools can simulate a real-world scenario, and also encouraging students to think critically and explore innovative solutions. And also AI helps developing new ways to evaluate students' focus on problem solving. Yeah, in order to prevent the biases from results of the AI, we have to be clear, we have to be very specific about the prompt. That's why it's also need critical or analytical thinking to use AI. The thirdly, personalization and engagement. Catering to individual learning styles and keeping students engaged throughout the learning process can be a challenge in large classroom. Yeah. AI also can analyze individual students' data and strengths, weaknesses, and learning style, even learning style or immediate response. So it helps us in many ways actually, but don't forget that technology should help us, not we depend on the technology. So in Indonesia, we have education technology using AI platform. We call it Ruang Guru. So it's a tutor online that 10 million downloads in across Indonesia, and also we have Kuiper, 1 million downloads. It's also e-learning assessment, and there is a Sekolah.mu. It's 1 million downloads. It's education management to help the lecturers, the students, the teachers to help the administrative. So, so there is a related theories, about the digital transformation theory, whereby we need to understand the whole system of the AI. AI is not only about ChatGPT, Gemini, like I mentioned just now. It's beyond that. It's beyond that. So the theory of digital transformation theory is that the fact revealed through this research that AI creates new workflows for both managers and users illustrates the phenomenon explained by the theory of digital organizational change at the top of the pyramid of digital transformation step. So secondly, there is a related theories, technology determination theory, whereby, like I mentioned, human is AI. We should use AI to help us, not we depend on the technology. So it's human-centric, actually, human-centric. So we use technology to achieve our goals, to achieve our goals, not vice versa. But in Indonesia, now reality, many students, I got, some of them copy-paste from ChatGPT. So it's really concerning about the integrity, about the honesty, and doing assignment and so on and so forth. So another thing, embrace AI. Rather than fearing the disruptive potential of AI, we must embrace it as a catalyst for innovation and progress. By fostering a culture of digital literacy, so we have to rise the digital literacy, and critical thinking, we can empower learners to become responsible users of AI technology. Furthermore, by investing in teacher training and professional development, we can ensure the educators are equipped to effectively integrate AI into their classrooms. The second conclusion is human-centric AI adoption. So ultimately, the success of AI in education hinges on our ability to strike a balance between technology advancement and human values. By working together, between AI and human, we can shape a future where AI serves a powerful tool to enhance in learning, fostering creativity, and empowering individuals to reach their full potential, especially as a Muslim. Thank you so much from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Professor Atalla, for these remarks through which you drew our attention to one of the greatest, if not the greatest challenge that we've been witnessing since relatively recently. Thank you so much for that. As you rightly mentioned, that artificial intelligence doesn't entail only ChatGPT. It goes beyond it, and it contains and entails actually a wide range of these tools, and they should be, as you mentioned, used properly in order to enrich and enhance educational process, particularly to lead to results, to yield results such as critical thinking and problem solving. Thank you very much for these remarks. As just one last point, recently I came across an article dealing with this issue where I was astounded to discover that many universities started actually, or professors ceased giving assignments to professors just because of the fear that students actually use ChatGPT and actually the purpose is lost in terms of writing essays and everything. So they are more, they're turning to other obligations, you know, allocated to students rather than essays. I hope that our students here, although there are not many of them present today, are not using overly this tool. Thank you so much for your remarks. Now I would like to give a floor to our Professor Hafiz, Dr. Haris Hadžić. So, Professor, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you very much. Dear Dean of the Faculty of Islamic Studies, respected professors from Indonesia, respected students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is a very important conference for us today. It is our pleasure to listen to you today and to exchange experiences, but also to learn something new. This topic of today's conference is very complex and important. The topic of my presentation is a student in the modern age. For the sake of time, I'm going to shorten my presentation. Is it okay? A student in the modern age. In the modern student world, who I am is a complex and multifaceted question. Students are faced with a wide range of social, cultural, and technological changes that influence their sense of identity and their place in society. Some of the factors that may shape a student's sense of self include personal experiences. A student's past experiences, both positive and negative, can shape their sense of self. These experiences may include relationships, academic achievements, family dynamics, and cultural or social experiences. Social media has become a significant part of many students' lives, and it can influence how they see themselves and how they present themselves to others. Students may feel pressure to present a certain image or to conform to social media norms, which can affect their sense of self. Cultural and societal expectations, including gender rules, race and class, can have a significant impact on a student's sense of identity. Students may feel pressure to conform to these expectations or may struggle to find a sense of belonging if they do not fit in with traditional norms. Education and career aspirations. Students may also define themselves based on their academic and career goals. Their sense of identity may be tied to their grades, their chosen field of study, or their future career plans. Who I am in the modern student world is a complex and dynamic question that is influenced by a wide range of factors. Students may struggle to define themselves or may feel pressure to conform to certain norms or expectations, but ultimately their sense of identity is shaped by their own experiences and the choices they make. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Hadžić, in the first place for shortening your paper. That doesn't mean that we wouldn't have listened, actually, if he strengthened it and he went on talking. Thank you so much for bringing to our attention these challenges that young generation or the students keep facing in contemporary times. The pressure coming from expectation from students lead to this pressure, and the question that pops up is like who I am, or defining their identity and everything. Thank you so much for this. Since we are about to finish our today's conference, I would like to express once again at the end my heartfelt gratitude and thanks on behalf of faculty, of course, on behalf of Grand Mufti Dr. Dudić and Dean of our faculty, Dr. Alen Omerović, to all of you for participating, organizing in the first place, and participating, sharing wonderful, valuable thoughts and remarks. Okay, I have to stop here because Professor Hairudin would like actually to put some question to you. It's understandable because we have no many guests from Indonesia, so it's a wonderful opportunity to give our professors to put some questions to you. Može, profesor, budem. In the first place, Professor Hairudin is a professor doctor of Hadith here at the faculty. He studied in Lebanon and PhD over here. He actually graduated from Islamic faculty in Lebanon and an MA in Lebanon, in Tripoli, and then he actually earned his PhD here at International University in Novi, Pazar. He would like to join all the things and words of welcome that are expressed to you and would like you to feel at home and make yourself comfortable. Indonesia is a very important country to Muslim world in the first place because it's the largest Muslim the largest Muslim populated country in the world. And for that reason, Muslims in the rest of the world have high expectations from Indonesia. Of course, we are fully aware of geopolitical situation in the world and position of the country as such. During my study in Lebanon, I had some colleagues, friends from Indonesia, so I had opportunity face to face or first-hand opportunity to get to know people and situation in Indonesia. Since the vast or overwhelming majority of population in Indonesia actually belong to Islamic faith, my question is to what extent Sharia or Islamic jurisprudence, Islamic law is implemented in a positive law? That would be my question. Thank you.
Terima kasih, Pak Profesor. Di Indonesia itu ada falsafah Pancasila yang memberikan kesatuan dalam pemahaman kebangsaan Indonesia. Di Indonesia itu tidak mengenal perbedaan di antara bangsa Indonesia. Tapi dia bisa mengakomodasi seluruh perbedaan agama, perbedaan suku, perbedaan bahasa, itu tidak menjadi masalah. Kita tetap sebagai warga negara Indonesia yang memahami agama lain, menghormati agama lain, menghormati bahasa orang lain, menghormati suku lain itu. Sehingga yang kita penting di Indonesia itu adalah persatuan di dalam bangsa Indonesia itu yang menjadi prioritas utama. Pesan dari Soekarno, implementasi dari pesan-pesan Presiden kami yang pertama, Soekarno-Hatta, yang pernah datang ke Yugoslavia. Silakan.
Implementasinya apa? Okay. Okay. So the implementation of Islamic teaching in Indonesia is that we call it Pancasila. You need, Islam. Yeah.
So Pancasila is separate.
In one Pancasila,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
Because In Indonesia, it's not only Muslim, even though Muslim is a majority. There is another race, there is another religions, ethnics, and so on and so forth. So that's why to gather this, to unite this, government or Sukarno at that time have a concept, fundamental concept, which is Pancasila, unity in diversity. Yeah. Yeah. The diversity, unity in diversity. Yeah. Yeah. So the first one, okay, there is 5. The first one is believing in God. Yeah. And the second one, humanity. And the third one, united. Yeah, unity. The fourth one is the welfare of the social. Yeah, and the fifth one, the apa namanya? Keadilan, adil. Justice. Thank you so much.
Testing the knowledge of your constitution.
Yeah, and justice. But in some of the province in Indonesia, they have a unique authority. They given special law. Yeah, they can implement Islamic law. We call it in Aceh. Aceh, Nangro Aceh Darussalam. The one is affected by tsunami. Yeah, but they implement Islamic law in Sharia. Yeah, Sharia. Yeah, if there is a case in adultery, yeah, they will cunning.
Blushing.
Yeah.
Blushing.
Yeah. Blushing. Yeah.
Blushing. Yeah.
In front of the public. Yeah. And then they will, if not married, they will be married at that time. Yeah, but then they will experience the
lashing.
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 Lashing. Sorry.
Lashing.
Lashing. Yeah. They'll experience the lashing. Yeah. So, but it's only in Aceh. Yeah. And people who come to Aceh, they have to wear hijab, even though they're non-Muslim. Yeah, even though they're non-Muslim.
Okay.
But non-Muslim, they tolerate. They adjust themselves to cover their aura to come to Aceh. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I believe that we exhausted also the Q&A section, and it is left nothing but to conclude this conference. At the end, I would like to thank you again for your coming, for participating, sharing your experience and your knowledge. You enriched us all, I must admit indeed. We are leaving this beautiful premise being enriched in terms of knowledge and experience. I ask the Almighty Allah to reward you abundantly, all for the efforts you made to come from all the way from Indonesia to Sandžak, to Serbia, to Novi, Pazar, to our faculty. And once again, thank you all for attending, our students, our colleagues, professors, those who left early and those who left till the end. Stay till the end. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
May Allah reward you again.
And also, students or professors, if you are coming to Indonesia, very welcome.
Inshallah.
We will be your guide. Tour guide. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much.